Good morning, my dear students. Hope you are seriously preparing for your pre-board exam. I think you have completed once your learning. Now, I think you are seriously doing your revision. So, in this time, topographical map, that is the compulsory part, first question that you have to revise it properly, then only you have to get a full mark, 20 mark. So page number 47 to 63, there are solved questions based on this topographical map it is given. You have to do practice this one. Question number A to J it is given, that you have to do it correctly. By practicing only you can easily get the answer in your exam time also. So please do preparation for this. And regarding the syllabus of this pre-board, I heard that there is a confusion. There is no more confusion. I told you in last video, that is 8th and 9th chapter, 8, 9, 10, 11 chapter, it is excluded from this pre-board. But when I was checking the question papers, different years question papers, when I am checking 8th, 9th chapter, many questions were asking from this chapter. That is why we have to prepare it for the better improvements. That is why I thought to include it. Mineral and energy resources also included, and mineral and energy resources also included. That means 8 and 9 included. But 10 and 11, agriculture, both chapters. Agriculture in India, introduction, 10th chapter, and agriculture in India, food crops, 11th chapter. 10 and 11, it is not included, excluded from this pre-board. Okay, so that two chapters only it is excluded, it is not there in pre-board. They are 10th and 11th. There is no more confusion. And in this video, last part, it is writing part, it is given there correctly. So all other chapter other than 10th and 11th, both are based on agriculture, that you are having difficulty also. That is why I excluded that one. So first pre-board, this will not be there. Okay, 10th and 11th chapter, there is no more confusion hereafter. 10th and 11th chapter questions will not come in this pre-board exam, first pre-board exam. So based on all other chapters which are given in your syllabus, that you have to prepare it well. Okay, so today we will be starting doing the revision of other chapters related with the natural vegetation and the water resources. Few questions I am giving, so based on that some answers also will be giving. So like this only the questions will be asking. You have to study these questions, answer correctly. This way it will be asking in the exam. So with the help of the modules, we will be doing the revision. Okay, so here is some of the set of questions which are usually asking in exam based on the natural vegetation of India. So in revision 3, we will be discussing natural vegetation of India and the water resources in India, 2 chapters. Okay, so first question is, why is there shrinkage of forest cover in India? What precautions can be taken to reduce this shrinkage? That is the first question. Why is there shrinkage of forest cover in India? What precautions can be taken to reduce this shrinkage? Answer, I will be giving answer. You can listen correctly, then you have to write it correctly. Shrinkage of forest cover is mainly due to urbanization and industrialization, construction of hydroelectric power projects, shifting cultivation, overgrazing, and the growing demand for agricultural land. Second part, what precaution can be taken to revitalize our forest cover? Systematic preventive measures should be taken, like a Van Magolsa program, afforestation, reforestation, etc. These measures will help in conserving forest. So this is the first question's answer. Second one, give two characteristics of tropical evergreen forest that make it difficult to exploit. Answer, dense growth of trees make it difficult to access the forest. And logs are heavy and do not float in water. So these logs are difficult to transport. The third question, under what climatic condition do the mangrove vegetation grow? Answer, mangrove vegetation occurs in and around the deltas with an average temperature of about 26 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius and very heavy rainfall of more than 200 centimeter. Sundarban Delta region of India mostly it is growing. Then the next question, name two important trees of this forest. This forest means a mangrove forest. Mangrove vegetation occurs in and around the deltas, and the main tree is Sundari and Gorjan. Sundari, Sundari and Gorjan, Gorjan. Next question, give one use of each of these named by you in question number second. They are Sundari is used for boat making, whereas Gorjan is used for fuel wood and household purpose. Next question, write a few words about social forestry program. The objective of the social forestry is to create awareness regarding conservation of forests and to meet the needs of the rural public regarding fuel and timber. So these are a set of questions based on these answers I have told you. Revise it well properly. Okay. So next question is based on tidal forest. It starts. Questions. First question, give two characteristic features of tidal forest. What is answer? Two characteristic features of tidal forest are, first one, dense and impenetrable. Impenetrable. I-M-P-E-N-T-R-A-B-L-E. Dense and impenetrable. Second point, mangrove vegetation is characterized by breathing roots or nematophorus, which act as a respiratory organ. Even third also you can write two enough, but one more I can give. The tangled mass of slit roots help the plant to survive in the shifting mud of coastal region. Tangled mass of slit roots, slit type of roots, clutches of roots, too many roots, which is helping the plant to survive in the shifting mud of coastal region. It is there in your book, you can see. Second question, mention two reasons why tropical evergreen forests are difficult to exploit for commercial purpose. Question you have to read correctly. Mention two reasons why tropical evergreen forests are difficult to exploit for commercial purpose. Answer, tropical evergreen forests are difficult to exploit for commercial purpose because trees produce hardwood and they do not float in water, making it difficult for transportation. Secondly, forests are dark and dense. That is why. Third question, name any three trees found in monsoon deciduous forest and state one use of each of these trees. Any three trees found in monsoon deciduous tree, tropical monsoon deciduous tree forest. State one use also. So answer is any three you can write: salwood, teakwood, sandalwood, samil, myrobalan. Any three you can write. If you are writing salwood, it is using making railway sleepers or the construction of house. Teakwood means shipbuilding, house construction, furniture making. Sandalwood means wood for handicraft, oil for making perfumes. Samil means making packing case, toys, matchboxes. Myrobalan, tanning leather, dyeing cotton. So any two or three, if it is asking, based on that you can write. One more question from this set of question. Mention 3 reasons why forest must be conserved. Answer: 3 reasons why forest must be conserved. Forests help to absorb much of the sun's insolation and helps to cause rain. Second, forests provide a number of resources to mankind like food, wood and medicine. Third, prevent soil erosion, conserve water in the subsoil and help in checking wind erosion. These are the reasons why forests must be conserved. Okay, these are the 2 sets of questions from the natural vegetation chapter. These like questions you have to prepare. It is given in your book also. Please do prepare. Chapter, here are some of the questions. Water resources. 2 questions we will be discussing. First set of question. Name any 2 states where well irrigation is widely used. So well irrigation is widely used in our state Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and Bihar. Any 2 you can write. Second one, mention 2 demerits of tank irrigation. What are the demerits of tank irrigation? Tank occupy too much space which otherwise could be used for agriculture. First demerit, it is occupies too much space where we have to do the agriculture, there it is occupies. Second demerit, it is large amount of water is wasted through evaporation, making the tank shallow. Slitting of tank bed is a major problem. So these are the 2 demerits of tank irrigation. Third question, mention the essential conditions for tube wells. In which state are tube wells common? Essential conditions for tube wells are, what are? Water table should be high with perennial water supply. So in order to construct the tube well, water table should be high with the perennial water supply. Secondly, cheap hydroelectric power should be available to draw water with the help of pump. Tube wells are common in UP, Punjab, Bihar and Haryana. So in order to fetch the water, the electricity is needed. These are the 2 essential conditions for making tube well. In which state are tube wells are common? The tube wells are common in UP, Punjab, Bihar and Haryana. Question number D. What are the 2 demerits of canals? Tube wells after. What are the 2 demerits of canals? How are they caused? The demerits of canals are, it is salt effervescence and water logging. Salt content will be there in canals. And the cultivation generally misuse canals by flooding the fields. This leads to salt effervescence, which renders the soil unsuitable for farming. One more problem. When the canals are unlinked, the water seeps through, turning the adjoining areas to swamps, rendering the soil infertile. This is water logging. So this way the canals are causing water logging. Now the second set of question from the same chapter. In that first question, name two state in which two wells are extensively used. Give a reason to explain its importance as source of irrigation. So once again, name two state in which two wells are extensively used. Answer is, two wells are used extensively in UP, Bihar and Punjab. The water table is high and two wells can irrigate a large area than ordinary well. It occupies less area as compared to surface well. It provides water during drought when surface well dry up. So this is the answer. So why it is important as source of irrigation? It is occupies less area as compared to the surface well, and also it provides water during drought condition, as well as when other water resources are dry up, it provides water sources. That is why. Second question. Name two states where perennial canals are widely used. UP and Punjab. Perennial canals are widely used in Uttar Pradesh and Punjab. Second question in the same set. Briefly explain two reasons for the perennial canals being a popular form of irrigation in the named state. Briefly explain two reasons for the perennial canals being a popular form of irrigation in the named state. Named state means UP and Punjab. Answer. Lower level relief with a deep fertile soil is found in the state of UP and Punjab, and there are large number of snow-fed perennial rivers flowing through these two states. Proportion of arable land is highest due to high fertility of the soil. So perennial canals are very popular form of irrigation in these two states. So what are the reasons? It is using widely in UP and Punjab. Large number of snow-fed perennial rivers are flowing through these states. Not only that, arable land is highest due to high fertility of the soil, due to these two reasons. Question number C. Give one geographical reason for each of the following. First one. Irrigation is necessary despite the monsoon. That is answer. Why irrigation is necessary despite the monsoon? Give reason question it is. Irrigation is necessary despite the monsoon because monsoon is erratic, unreliable, irregular, uncertain and unevenly distributed. So there is a need for irrigation. Why there is the necessity of the monsoon? Answer is, monsoon is erratic, unreliable, irregular, uncertain and unevenly distributed. That is why. Second question. The drip method of irrigation is the best among all modern methods of irrigation. Why? Drip irrigation of water is taken directly to the roots of the plants or the trees. So there is no seepage of evaporation. So it is the best method of irrigation. Water wastage will not take place. That is why. It is the best method. It is directly to the roots of the plant. That is why it is the best method of irrigation. Question number 3. Canal irrigation leads to the ground around it becoming unproductive. Why? Canal irrigation leads to the ground around it because due to overflow of the fields, salt effervescence take place which make the soil unproductive for farming. It also makes the adjoining area to swamps and unproductive. It is forming the swamps. Waterlogs and swamps are taking place. That is why. Then the last one. State the measures government should adopt to handle the prevent water. State the measures to preventing water crisis. Government which is taken to prevent the water crisis. Government should adopt the following policies, which are the first one, it is reduce water pollution, improve the water quality of the river. The policy also aims to reduce the runoff, recharging of groundwater as a priority. These are the measures to take the government to solve the water crisis. Once again, reduce the water pollution, improve the water quality, and policies aim should be to reduce the runoff, recharging of groundwater, and its priorities. So these are the few questions can ask. Like this way, the sets of question it is asking in your exam, you have to practice it well. Okay, my dear students. Once again, which we were discussing at the beginning of this session, the syllabus of first pre-board, chapter which are excluded in the first pre-board, they are chapter number 10, Agriculture in India, Introduction, and chapter number 11, Agriculture in India, Food Crops, are not there in first pre-board. 2 chapters only, and remaining all other chapters are added into the first pre-board, which are given, the portions which are given in your syllabus, remaining with all other chapters will be asking in your exam. Okay, I think it is clear. Related with the first pre-board syllabus also, questions you have to prepare based on that only, very correctly. Okay, do practice well, revise well, learn well. Thank you. Take care.